Hi again, everyone. So today, since I don't have anything to do, since I'm going to be stuck in the house for the next, at least 2 weeks, I decided, as a good little kickoff and introduction to me for my YouTube channel, because I'm going to become an influencer, I'm going to answer some questions about myself that my friends asked about me on my Instagram while I paint my favorite denim jacket, because, I love that artsy stuff, and I figure people would be a little bit bored if I either just painted a jacket or just talked about myself. So, if we combine two boring things, maybe it'll be a tad less boring. So, for our first question, we're starting off pretty heavy. My friend has asked me what my biggest regret is. Oh, honey, do we have some tales for you? Well, I would think my biggest regret, I try not to live a life with any regrets. That's why I'm really open and honest with people. I generally tell people how I feel when I feel it, which can be really overwhelming, but sometimes people are overwhelming people, much like myself. So, I think my biggest regret is probably not breaking up with people I should have broken up with sooner, because I have a really horrible tendency to fall for people who I know are going to be bad for me, because I love, saving people. I love making people better, but I usually do that at the expense of my own dignity, my own self-worth, and my own, mental health. So, lesson here, kids. Don't do that. For example, my most current ex-boyfriend, not a good guy. Took a lot of people a long time to find out he wasn't a good guy, myself included. And so, the problem with that is I trusted him with a lot of things that I have not really trusted anyone with. And from then on, it was just constantly me apologizing for, how I felt or for things I said or did. And I didn't realize that that's not how relationships should function until, until I was going to break up with him. So, I think that my biggest regret is not caring about myself before things went really badly. Self-care is very important, and sometimes self-care is changing your name and moving to a remote European cottage and not speaking to your family and friends again, and that's okay. Sometimes we all need that, and more realistically, something that we should do is evaluate our relationships with people, especially those who we really love or we think that we love, and see if those people reciprocate the way that we treat them back onto us. Because if you're giving your heart and soul to a person and they aren't giving it back, girl, that ain't the right relationship. I don't know who needs to hear this right now, but if you love someone and they refuse to love you in the way that you need to be loved, it ain't worth it, honey. Yeah, other than that, I think my other biggest regret is when I met one of my favorite bands, I just straight up started crying and I ran away from them. The band New Politics. Love them dearly. Two of the members are from Denmark. One of them is from Long Island. I'm 12 years old. I'm going to a concert for my 13th birthday. And I'm so very much in love with one of the men in the band. He may be 30, but it doesn't matter. So I go up to them. I'm the first person in line, waiting to meet them. And I just stand there in awe. They come out. And I just start shaking. And I look at them and I make eye contact with them. And then I brought a Danish flag to be signed by the band members. And I'm like, "Hi, I'm Natalie. My birthday's coming up." And the lead singer goes, "You brought a Danish flag!" And he's so cute, he's so happy. And then the one that I'm so very much in love with, his name is Soren, he was like, "Oh my gosh, happy birthday. I like your hair." Because at the time I was very edgy and had a mohawk that was spiked up really, really high. And the drummer, who's from Long Island, his name's Lou, he was like, "You're making me sign a Danish flag." Ooh, let's be bad at accents. "You're making me sign a Danish flag? I'm the American." And so he wrote in parentheses, "the American." Soren drew a heart, and the moment that they tried to talk to me after they said all of this, but I don't remember this part because I was crying. I literally started sobbing and then walked away. So, New Politics, if you ever see this video, remember me. Because then when they went on stage for the concert, they're like, "Oh, David," the lead singer, he's like, "Oh, I'm David, that's Soren, that's Lou. And in the audience, we have a Danish flag." And he pointed at me, and then I just started crying more, but I was waving my flag, so it was okay. Okay, question 2. Bias wrecker. Oh no. Surprise, everyone. I like K-pop. I know, I didn't expect this to be a coming out video, but here we are. My bias wrecker is all of NCT 127. The whole group, all 21 of them, they just all hurt me so deeply and emotionally. And moving on from that, question 3, pineapple on pizza. No. I love pineapple. I love pizza. I don't love... It's like a Romeo and Juliet sort of thing. Like, they shouldn't be together. Everyone's telling them not to be together. But those two hoes are just finding ways. And I'm not a fan of that very much. So, moving on. Question 4. Who's your best friend and who is your favorite friend? These may sound like similar questions, but I can assure you they are not. My best friend is my lovely and favorite Nicole. She has a Twitch stream that everyone should go check out because it's really funny, and I'm a little bit of an old lady. I don't fully understand streaming, but I know that I like Nicole's stream. So that means it's good. So, she's my best friend. Love her. We do tons of stuff together. Usually, almost every weekend, I am spending the night at her house. Love her family. I think her family, at least, they like me at least a little bit. So she's literally, like, my favorite human being. I also have other best friends. One of them, his name is Harris. He is genuinely one of the funniest people, and I swear we share the same single brain cell, because there was one time we were in Nicole's car, she was driving me home, and Harris and I, we grow silent, sitting in the back seat, and together, in perfect, beautiful unison, at the same moment, our brain just goes, pizza time. And so with the same inflection, the same everything, we go, pizza time. And then we make eye contact with each other, and oh my god, I've never felt closer to another human being in my life, and I doubt that I ever will. Like, whoever I'm marrying, I'm never gonna be that close with them. I just feel it. So, I have a lot more friends. I'll probably tell y'all some crazy, the crazy shenanigans we get up to, because, oh, there's a lot of shenanigan that happens. So, I went in with the idea of painting a solar system, and right now I just have a bunch of blues and grays. So I think that we're doing just fine in terms of solar system. My favorite friend, however, I have to answer this because he's the one who sent me the question. My favorite friend is my boy Matthew, because Matthew and I found solace in each other in sophomore year history, because we both hated the class, and he's the only reason that I know what happened in the War of 1812, and the White House burned down. So, like, it's, good times. I love history, I just don't love that history, and it wasn't something that I ever wanted to learn. So, Matthew, thank you for helping me get to the point where I can graduate this year. Okay. Question 5. If you could be a combination of 2 animals, what would you be? My first instinct is frog and something else, because I love frogs. I don't know why I love frogs. Those crazy little weirdos. They get to hop around. They get to live a good life. They swim for the majority of their childhood. And, like, that just sounds like a good time to me. But realistically, I'm not going to pick frog, because frogs are also very slimy, and I'm not a fan of the slime. So if I could be a combination of 2 animals, I think that one of the animals I would pick is definitely, I don't know, I want to be some kind of bird. I want to be like a canary. Like, I want to be a pretty little lady. So I think canary would be a good place to start. Also, one of my favorite books from my childhood is about the Nazi occupation of Denmark, and it's called Hitler's Canary, and ever since then, I've just had an obsession with canaries, because I'm like, oh my god, it's a metaphor, since 12-year-old me was oh so deep. So, yeah, definitely a canary, and I think the other animal that I would pick, like, I really love, very polarizing things, so I think I'm gonna pick, like, a large cat. Also, I like the irony, because I'm very allergic to cats. I still own 2 cats. It doesn't stop me. Oh no, it does not stop me in the slightest. However, it's definitely there. So, I think I'll pick a large cat. Like, I want to be a cheetah, because I want to be fast, and right now I am not fast. And a canary, because I want to be able to fly, and also be pretty. Okay, so rate all of the plays that you have been in from best to worst. I have been acting since I was probably 12 years old, and I've been in quite a few productions. I like to hope I'm a good actor. I think I'm not gonna rate all the plays. That'll be a different video for a different day. But I think the best play I've ever been in was most likely The Games Afoot, which I did at the end of my junior year because it's a comedy, and my character, I was working with all of my best friends at the time. It was the last show before all my senior friends graduated, and it was just such a funny, organic show, and I felt like that cast was so close in a way that I haven't had a cast be close again. So that one's definitely my favorite. It was also my last play working with my favorite director. So it was actually my first and last show with my favorite director, so I think that one was great. It was also great because we had a bar cart that had to come out of a wall, and there was one night where the lead, who is one of my best friends, he standing on stage, this bar cart needs to be pushed by three people from the back, right? Well, this bar cart is not, it's made by high school students, so that should tell you everything you need to know. This bar cart does not move through the wall. It just slams and it clatters. So people are pushing this bar cart and they're hitting it into things, and it's just like it's making horrendous sounds, and everyone can hear it because it's on the stage. Like So what the lead does after this bar cart hits into every possible thing it can, he goes, like a glove. And I've never heard an improv line get so much of a reaction from the audience. So that's the best one. The worst one, when I lived in Salt Lake City, I was in Shrek Jr. And I'm gonna say that was the worst one because we had a green room from when we weren't on stage, and it was my very first show, so I was just in the ensemble. Like, I was just a little baby, so I didn't know what I was doing. In the green room, we could hear the music being played over the intercom, so we had no one to go back in. The reason that this was the worst play is because people didn't know I could sing until we were in the green room, and I started singing one of the songs from the lead, and I was just, like, dancing around and vibing. That was also not the best show, simply because, like, I was so scared to talk to people, and I didn't really know how to act, so I kind of just guessed. So experience-wise, it was very necessary, but, you know, we gotta go through the torment before things get good. So, c'est la vie, my friends. Oh, why you so pretty? Thank you. It's genetics, man. What is your favorite restaurant? My favorite restaurant. I really like sushi. So anything that has some good sushi is probably one of my favorite restaurants. I straight up love Arby's, and I don't know why, because I know that they're, like, not good, but I could eat curly fries till the day that I died. I could eat their curly fries till the day I died. Okay. Is acting an emotional outlet for you? Yes, it is. It's really nice to be able to step out of your own skin and kind of live a life that you would never think about living previously. So that's why I really appreciate acting and what it's done for me. I also feel like it's helped me overcome my social anxiety quite a bit, because I had to go up and, like, I had to be someone that wasn't me for a while. So I think that acting has helped me develop as a person, as an artist, and I genuinely feel more confident because of it. Oh, the paint won't come. Perfect. What sparked your interest in the arts? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, I do acting, slam poetry, painting, singing, dancing. If you name an art, I've probably done it or experimented with it, or I'm still doing it. So the thing that sparked my interest in the arts is when I was like 8 years old, I realized that we watched a bunch of videos on saving the rainforest, and, like, it had a bunch of celebrity endorsements, like Kermit the Frog, which is the, most major celebrity I can think of, Sir Ian McKellen, Leonardo DiCaprio. Love you, boys. So they really, like, I realized sitting there, I'm 8 years old, just hanging out, vibing, and I realized, wow, all of these people talking about climate change aren't scientists. They're celebrities. And then I kind of had a sad realization. People don't really listen to scientists. They listen to celebrities who endorse the scientists. So I was thinking, I like art. I like doing things. If I could become a famous artist, like an actor or a musician or anything, people will listen to me. And then I can make them care about the things that matter. Like, oh my god. So I made it, like, my goal at 8 years old to become famous so that I could help fix problems in the world. I learned how to do slam poetry, actually, because I have anxiety, and so I talk fast pretty naturally, and I especially talk faster when I get anxious. So I'm not gonna use my finger to do that. That was a horrible decision. So, what I decided to do, since I already knew that I was going to be talking fast, I was going to write something that I wanted to write and then learn how to perform it. So, that's what got me into that. And from slam poetry, I learned how to like rap and stuff. I know it sounds stupid. I'm a little 5'4" white girl from Salt Lake City, Utah, but I think I'm pretty okay at it. I've done it for the last 3 years in my high school talent show, so I think I'm vibing. I think that I'm great at it. I hope that I'm good at it because otherwise it will just make me sound like an absolute buffoon. Um, but no, I used the arts as a way to help me better myself as a human being and also to live up to my 8-year-old's expectation of being able to, like, I don't know, save the Arctic and, like, stop the icebergs from melting and everything. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. I did not get as far on this jacket as I thought that I would. But you know what that means? It means that I can come back and chat some more about life and questions that my friends want answers to. So, here, let me show you what's gotten done. It's a lot of blue, a lot of purple, a lot of gray. Well, it kind of looks like Monet. I love Monet. So, yeah, ultimately what this is going to be, it's going to be a galaxy. I'm going to paint the solar system, and then on the two sides right here, I'm going to do, like, I don't know, something based around a band I like. I might do, like, something kind of emo, like My Chemical Romance. Might do some K-pop. I don't know. It really depends on how much of myself I want to expose to the world through my clothing. So, yes, thank you for watching. And stay safe. Wash your hands. Drink water. Stay healthy. All that jazz. I'll see you in the next one.